What's up, guys? Back again. This is going to be part 2 of the transmission rebuild / debacle. In this video, we're going to be putting it back together and putting it back in the truck and testing it. Hope it works. If not, be pulling it right back out and trying to fix it again. But show you quick what I got before I start putting this thing back together. So I got a whole kit from BTE. Comes with new steels, new clutches, filter, all the gaskets, the pump seal and the output shaft seal. Probably not going to use those. And then the bushings I'm probably not going to use, so I'll save those for a later date. But I already got clutches soaking in here for the forward drum. And then we'll move on to the direct drum. We'll do the direct drum clutches. And we'll do these ones when I go to put it back together. And then I also got a new band, because that was the problem. This is a TCI Kevlar band. It's grooved. It was $60 on, or $40 on Amazon. So I hope it works. This is the only thing I'm somewhat worried about, but it shouldn't cause me too much grief. It should still work. So we will see. Alright, it's got a little end play and it looks good. Well, I guess I could check the Is that backwards? No. It is not backwards. Take my air hose and check the apply. Where? There it is. This is the one I need. Come on. There we go, hose reel. Okay. So what we're going to want to do is cover this hole and shoot a little air into there. Yep. Cool. Everything works there and in it. Okay. Why are you like this? Alright, we're back to where I was. What had happened was I forgot to put the first retaining clip in behind where the reaction carrier goes. So like right about here-ish. Forgot to put that in. And I was up to this point. And then the other thing I did was this intermediate clutch pack had 4 clutches in it. And the kit I was supplied with only came with 3. And these really thick steels. So those clutches and steels looked fine, so I'm just gonna reuse them because I didn't like that I'm going from 4 to 3. It just didn't sound right to me. Seem right. I know factory turbo 400s I think have 3, but this had 4 in it for a reason, so I'm gonna put 4 back in it. So yeah, we'll go back to the time lapse of me trying to put the rest of this thing together. Alright everybody, so the trans is back in. I completely forgot to pull out the camera and film it, but we got the trans back in with a new converter. Filled it with fluid, nothing leaks, everything sounds good, all the gears are good. I did line pressure checks. The only one that's a little concerning is neutral and holding the trans brake button. According to the little tag that the trans came with, it was at 205 when they tested it before I purchased it, and I'm getting like 175-ish now, so it's still within spec, but it's a little low. But right now it still works. I probably maybe messed up the accumulator seal, so when I drop the trans fluid, I'll probably pull that little cover off and check it out because I have seals. I never replaced them, but it's actually the way it is. If it continues to hold and everything works, it's not going to be that bad because before it kind of really jolted into reverse, and it kind of smoothed it up. So I might just leave it because it doesn't have any problem holding on the trans brake. I tested that. Holds plenty of power so far. Yeah, I wish I had remembered to pull out the camera to film me putting the trans back in, but I got too ahead of myself. I wanted to see if it actually worked. But yeah, the line pressures are good. Back to that. I think all of them were well within spec. I mean, other than the neutral with the holding the trans brake button, everything else was 180 plus up into the 200s. So I'd say that's still good. Not that I was really worried about line pressure to begin with. There is one thing funny that happened though. So with the flex plate I have, you have to shim the starter. I don't know why, it just drags if you don't shim it. So I've been using shims on it, and I had to drop the starter to get the torque converter bolts out so that I could actually rotate the torque converter and line it up with the holes. And I must have misplaced the shim or something, and the starter was dragging erratically, like it dragged sometimes and didn't drag other times, and it sounded like a rod knock, or like I had messed something up putting the trans back together. But everything works, and I figured it out that it was the starter.